Brake cables are typically made from two types of materials. Galvanized steel. This material is more affordable to produce, but is prone to rust. Over time, rust can cause the cable to seize inside a housing. Stainless steel. Known for its excellent resistance to corrosion, stainless steel cables have a smoother surface, allowing them to move more easily within the housing. Some stainless steel cables are also coated or polished to further reduce friction. Brake levers use different cable ends. V-brakes use a brake cable with a barrel end. Tools required: 5mm Allen key, cable cutters, and 1.5mm Allen key or a pin. If your rear brake has a full housing, first remove any attachments like cable ties or plastic retainers. Locate the end of the brake cable where it connects to the caliper and undo the retaining bolt. The cable end might be flattened or frayed, so trim it off to make removal easier. Next, remove the rubber butt and noodle and slide off any outer casing. Align the barrel adjuster and lock ring on the brake lever with the slot in the lever body. Pull the brake lever and slide the cable through the slot. Rotate the cable to release its end from the lever. When replacing a brake cable, it's a good idea to also change the outer casing and ferrules. Make sure to cut the outer casing to the correct length, using the old casing as a reference. After cutting the casing, the coiled metal inside can sometimes bend over the hole, preventing the cable from passing through smoothly. Use your cable cutters to trim off any curled edges for a clean opening. The thin PTFE tubing can sometimes close up when cut, so use a small tool like a pin or a 1.5mm Allen key to gently open it up. Once you've cut and trimmed both ends, thread the inner cable through the casing to ensure it moves smoothly. Now attach the new ferrules to match the old ones. Their purpose is to prevent the outer casing from unraveling. Next, inspect the noodle for any damage. If it's bent, the cable might not pass through it smoothly, so replace it if needed. And check if a ferrule is required. There are three main types of noodles. 90-degree angle. This noodle is used for rear brakes and also for front brakes, but only if they are controlled by the left-hand lever. 135-degree angle. This noodle is designed for front brakes operated by the right-hand lever. Flexible. This noodle bends enough to be used for both front and rear brakes. Begin by inserting the barrel end of the cable into the lever. Feed the cable through the slots on the lever, lock ring, and barrel adjuster. Rotate the lock ring towards the end of the barrel adjuster. Reset the barrel adjuster. Attach the necessary section of outer casing. Ensure the outer casing is routed properly and isn't tangled with any other cables. For the rear brake, fit the outer casings in the required stubs, or if you have a full casing, attach it to the cable guides. Fit the noodle. And slot it in a bridge. Inspect and refit the rubber butt. If it's damaged or has hardened, then use a new one. The rubber butt helps protect the brake cable from dirt and moisture by acting as a barrier. While it's not absolutely essential, it does contribute to keeping the brake functioning smoothly. But don't worry if you don't have a replacement, as the brakes will still function just as well without it. Now it's time to adjust the brakes. If you're not sure how to adjust your V-brakes, check out my video here for guidance. Hold off on cutting the cable until the final adjustment is complete. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments below if this video helped you and how your experience went with replacing the brake cable on your V-brakes. I really appreciate all your support in growing this channel. Thank you for subscriptions, likes, comments, and for sharing my videos with others. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.